Today on America's Court with Judge Ross.
I opted into dating Jeff. I opted into dating him. I did not realize it seemed really free and like a great option, but I didn't realize it was going to be me and his wife that were going to be together.
Yes, you did know that.
No. That's not what you said.
Don't talk to him, talk to me.
Okay.
The whole purpose behind law is to right wrong. I want justice to be something that isn't this foreign concept.
Justice knows no boundaries. The truth will be heard. Fair, firm, compassionate. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. Jeff and Macy Jenkins are suing Michelle Bachlan in the amount of $1,203.50. The Jenkins are suing Ms. Bachlan for damages she did to their car. Ms. Bachlan claims Mrs. Jenkins was stalking her and she felt she had to take action.
All rise. Remain standing and come to order. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Kevin Ross presiding.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated.
All parties have been sworn, Your Honor.
Very good, Deputy Thomas. Mr. and Mrs. Jenkins, Ms. Bachlan is alleged to have damaged a vehicle belonging to the two of you, yes?
Yes, Your Honor.
To the tune of $1,203.50.
Yes, sir.
What's going on here?
What this case is, it's a case of unfortunate events. We all were one big happy family. This is my wife. We've been married for 10 years.
Okay.
She allows me to have, other associates. We like to have fun and keep things kind of spunky and exciting, and different things like that. We have an open relationship, basically.
Okay, now that I understand.
Well, yeah,
we're dancing all around this. You all are married. You're happily married. No problems. Part of the deal is you're okay with having an open relationship in your particular marriage.
That is correct.
And you're okay with her having other people involved in her life as well, and she's involved, with you?
Not so much, maybe just me, like I usually do.
Oh, it's
I
that
usually
sort of open.
bring the other associates.
You're not
the other
okay
female.
with her having an open marriage?
Well, we tried it, Your Honor, but truly I'm committed to my husband. I love my husband. I want him to be happy.
Okay.
And he loves women.
Okay.
He loves women.
They're comfortable.
Yes.
I'm very open, so I let the women know right off the back. I have a loving, caring wife. We're
Now,
together.
is that true, Ms. Bachlan? Were you aware of this?
Yes, I was aware of that in
You
the
were
beginning.
okay with it as well?
I was very okay with it.
Are you single, married, divorced, separated?
I just actually came out of my ex-husband. Actually, he was. It was a very abusive and violent relationship that I was in.
Did you meet Mrs. Jenkins when you met him?
I met her a little later on. They're not always together. So, you meet her a little later on, and the feel of her, you don't get the feel immediately. You kind of get the after effect of Mrs. Jenkins.
And have you met the other women as well?
No, I have not.
And you're okay with that because?
Because I love my husband. We got married very young. We were married straight out of high school, and we kind of missed that experimental phase.
Are you going out with these women with him?
Yes, Your Honor.
So the three of you have gone out?
We have. We
went on a trip. We went to Hawaii.
Yes, I have, actually, Your Honor, I have 2 kids.
I paid for.
I have 2 children. That's fine. I have 2 children. So originally when I met her...
I'm okay with you paying for it.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. He did offer. So, So originally when I met her, it was just a little date. It was really quiet. It's just me, him, and his wife. And it just seemed really calm. They were so open and free. And coming from my previous relationship...
Because I'm listening to it, and I know there's a certain sort of normality that you all are conveying here, but it's not normal.
It's not.
I mean, the way that we're socialized as human beings, you're socialized to think, okay, if you're going to be with this person, but if you're with several people, but if you all are okay with it...
We're all okay with it. We're all aware of it. It's no surprises. It's not like I'm telling her I'm single. She finds out about my wife, and now, there's this big, confusion. No,
Right.
I lay everything out on the table. You take it or leave it.
And when you went to
That's
Hawaii,
totally
did the kids go too?
Yes. They
Her
did.
kids went, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Okay.
but see, I didn't tell them the nature of our relationship because they didn't need to know that. My kids are 3 and 5. They didn't need to know that. So my previous relationship, Your Honor, I was with my husband for a good 7 to 8 years, and it was a very abusive, very closed relationship. So when I met Mr. Jenkins, of course, he was so open, and he was, it just seemed like such a freeing experience. I was like, maybe it's okay to try something different. So I was open-minded to that, but it just, he didn't explain everything as much as he should have in the beginning.
I
Other
told
than-
you I had a wife. I mean, that exactly. What is there else to say besides I have a wife? We're going on this trip together.
First off, his wife.
You knew that. Don't sit there and say you didn't know that.
He told me that he did have a wife, and he just wanted to be fun. Then his wife is coming to me saying, "Well, oh, you can't cheat on him. You can't, you can't date outside of him. This is, we're a family."
See, that's
No,
cheating
that
to
I
the
wasn't
possessive
told.
over the other
That I
women.
did. That they didn't tell me in the beginning.
We have an absolute expectation that the women who are with us are faithful to him. I'm faithful to him. I have the expectation that they're faithful to him as well.
It's kind of like the prerequisite to join this family.
But
It's
he
Team
doesn't tell you that
JJ.
in the beginning. He doesn't tell you that.
I'm sorry, this is what?
This is Team JJ. Jeff Jenkins is my name. I'm a local town favorite.
Coming up on America's Court.
Men are not bred to be faithful. Men are meant to roam. They're meant to be free, to enjoy all of the flowers of the field, so to speak.
brainwashed.
But women, we're meant to be faithful.
he's
We're
brainwashed her
We're
to believe that.
supposed to be faithful.
Closed captioning provided by. If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. We're back with the case of Jeff and Macy Jenkins, who are suing Michelle Bachlan for property damage.
I call it Team JJ. They're like team members, and we try to keep everything
This is
official. And
fascinating to me. I mean, I'm just...
well, it sounds crazy, but it's not. We try to keep
And
things balanced.
Team JJ consists of the wife who cannot have any outside relationships, and other women, as many as 4 or 5, and they can't have outside relationships.
Really, what it is that men are not bred to be faithful. Men are meant to roam. They're meant to be free, to enjoy all of the flowers of the field, so to speak.
brainwashed
But women, we're meant to be faithful.
He's
We're
brainwashed her
We're
to believe that.
supposed to be faithful. That's like who we are as women. We're meant to be nurturers and caretakers, and to be faithful to take care of our man.
Preach, girl.
Wow.
We just plug them in.
Exactly, Your Honor. Exactly.
I'm like, am I dreaming? Because I'm listening
When
to all
things
this.
are going smooth, it's
And
okay.
It's
It's a beautiful thing.
It's a
It
beautiful
truly
thing.
is a beautiful
Here's
thing.
the issue. Things didn't go smooth. That's why we're here.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
What caused there to be some rough seas?
Well,
You want to start?
no, I'll start.
You're not going to tell the truth, though.
I'm actually telling the truth. So we, after our vacation, when we came back, I was okay with them meeting my kids, but they were, they met my kids based on these are mommy's, these are mommy's friends. They didn't need to see anything or know anything. After we came back, I guess because we bonded a little bit on the cruise, that she took it as those are my kids. She cannot have.
I'm sorry. She took it as those are my kids, meaning Mrs. Jenkins was saying your kids are her kids?
Exactly.
Let me clarify
Exactly.
that, Your Honor. I was not saying that her kids are my kids,
not.
but
We
that
don't
we
want them
wanted
kids.
to
That is what
embrace
she
them
said.
into our family, into our fold,
And
our
do you all have
community.
children as well?
No,
No.
Don't.
no, sir.
You don't.
That's the
She cannot
thing.
have children, so that's
You
why
don't
she
know
latched
that. We
onto
just
my children.
No, we
Well,
have chosen
is that
not to
an
have
issue
children.
that in terms of did you want children but weren't able to have them?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And the nurturing side of you saw an opportunity to extend that nurturing to her children.
Yes, sir.
Was it a problem that she wanted to have this sort of open connectedness
first.
with you?
I was okay with her, loving, their children. So it's okay to be loving towards them. That's fine. But it really crossed a line for me when she started showing up unannounced to their school. So now I'm talking to teachers. They're like, who is this woman just showing up, trying to pick up your kids? And they
Wait a
know her
minute.
face.
Were
Just
you
trying to help
showing
out.
up to her, the school that her children attend, asking to pick them up?
I never asked to pick them
Yes,
up, Your Honor.
you didn't.
I
Did you
only
show
wanted
up
to
to
spend
the
time with
school?
them. After our vacation
Stop.
together,
Did you show up to the school that the children attend?
yes, sir.
Did you ask, could you do that?
Sir, we were so
Yes
close
or
after our
no,
vacation.
it's not anything
that
complicated. All I'm
Her and
asking
the
is
kids
did you,
did get close.
and I'm not talking to Team JJ. Did you ask?
we had discussed things. We had said that we were going to spend time
Here's what
together
happens. When I
afterwards.
ask someone a question and then they answer everything but what I'm asking them, that's an answer. The answer is, I don't want to answer your question. So if you don't want to answer my question, then you probably would conclude that what you're going to tell me would not be appealing. And what you're going to tell me then is, no, I didn't ask her.
We
Fair
have
enough?
agreed on other things, but not in this situation, sir.
So
no.
So it's an easy no.
No.
You went And that was a problem for you.
That was a
So
problem.
now all of a sudden a boundary's been crossed.
Exactly.
Because see, for me, boundaries were crossed from the get-go.
Exactly.
Now all of a sudden you want to put this boundary up.
Well, yeah, but see, okay, Your Honor, this is what it was. In the beginning, I know that boundaries were crossed at the beginning, but it was different for me. You have to understand that coming from what I came from, coming from a man who, like, literally he lied about everything he was.
All I'm saying is,
yeah.
you were in a situation that was traumatic. I get it. You decided to enter into a relationship that didn't have traditional boundaries.
Exactly.
And she was aware
And
of that.
now, I don't need your help, Team JJ.
okay. Sorry.
And now, that because there are no boundaries, and everyone's swapping and going back and forth, and it's, oh, you got kids, those are our kids. Now you're like, whoa, wait a minute, you crossing the boundary. You entered into a situation that had no boundaries.
I did not realize at that time, as a mother, see, I was thinking more for myself, and that was probably my fault. I was thinking more for myself until my children got involved. And then it's like, I didn't realize.
You involved your children when you took them on the cruise and had them meet them, and then lied to them to try to clean it up, because in your spirit, you were like, this is not really anything that I'm proud of, and so I don't want them to know, but I'm going to take this free trip, and I'm going to be on Team JJ.
Yes.
Use
But
it.
I didn't.
And I'm going to pick and choose when it's okay. And now you're dealing with the consequences of that.
Yes, well, I opted into dating Jeff. I opted into dating him. I did not realize, it seemed really free and like a great option, but I didn't realize it was going to be me and his wife that were going to be together.
Yes,
I
you
just
did.
know that.
No, that's not what you said.
Don't talk to him, talk to me.
Okay.
And coming up on America's Court with Judge Ross.
Why are you going to her workplace?
I was just going to get into that.
She's just a
Yeah.
loving person. She's just bringing her lunch and stuff like that. She wanted to bond with her.
Closed captioning provided by. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. We're back with the case of Jeff and Macy Jenkins, who are suing Michelle Bachlan for property damage.
That's what you agreed to. She was really nice. You went to dinner. You started continuing to hang out. Let's go on a trip. Her and I bonded. You knew every step of the way. Now, are your actions out of pocket? Absolutely. Was that the only issue that came up as to why things became a little challenged?
Not at all.
What was the other thing?
So after her numerous times to my children's school, she also...
It wasn't just one occasion.
It wasn't just one occasion.
Well, didn't you have a conversation saying, don't come up to my kid's school?
Yes, I
did.
did.
You keep coming anyway?
They asked where I was, Your Honor.
Who asked where you were?
Her kids had asked where I was. They said they missed me.
Did Miss Bachman say, do not come to the school with the kids?
No,
They
Your
did
Honor.
not. She never said, don't go to my kid's school.
No, Your Honor. She asked
Is
me
that true?
not to come to her work.
No, I told her directly.
Why are you going to her workplace?
I was just going to get into that.
She's just a
Yeah.
loving person. She's just bringing her lunch and stuff like that. She wanted to bond with her.
Yes. We truly...
You're going to her kid's school. You're bringing her lunch at her
Yes,
job?
yes, sir.
Did she tell you she was coming to your job?
No, sir. She
How
just
did she
popped-
know where you worked?
Well, we were talking about it. He asked me what I did for work, so I guess he told her. Because I'm a dental hygienist, so he told her where I worked. And she just took it upon herself to show up. I told her, this is inappropriate. Do not come to my
Your
job.
Honor.
And she
We
still
didn't think
came.
it was going to be a
Your
problem.
Honor,
She was
Am I-
trying to bring you lunch, trying to reach out to you.
We truly, we
That doesn't matter.
loved Michelle. We wanted to embrace her. We wanted her to be a part of our family, of our team. And she had confided in me that she was having money troubles, that she was running out of gas, that she wasn't able to eat.
I did not say that.
was concerned, sir. I wanted to
did
make
not
sure
say
that
that.
she was taken care
Did
of.
you have an issue with money?
I was very
Yes.
tight on... No, I'm a single mother.
I asked a
Your
very
Honor.
simple question.
Yes.
Yes.
I did have an
Did you
issue.
convey that to them?
Yes.
Was there a conversation about making sure you had enough to eat and covering all your expenses?
No.
There was never a conversation.
There was never a
about
conversation about that.
that. Okay,
Yes.
got it.
Okay.
She said she was worried, sir, that she couldn't feed her kids at times.
I never said
She didn't even have no money when we went to the trip in Hawaii. We paid for everything.
Is that
He
true?
offered,
We wanted
he
to
offered,
make
no, no, no.
sure-
Gifts,
I didn't say whether or not he
shopping.
offered. All I'm saying
Jewelry.
is, did he pay for everything?
For the trip, yes.
Had you been able to go on the trip but for them paying?
No.
Well, no, yes.
know you can't
I
afford
could
the
have
trip.
afforded it,
You
yes.
can't
No,
afford
I could have
luxuries
afforded
like
it.
that.
But
I could have
she
afforded
has
it.
two kids to concern. We wanted
Stop.
to be concerned about the
Stop.
money.
You're being inconsistent.
Coming up on America's Court.
Did
Go
she
inside.
tell
She asked me
you
to
to
not come
stop doing the things you were doing?
She was accepting
I'm
the
not
things
talking
also.
to Team JJ.
Telling the truth, though.
Hold on a
just
moment.
wanted
Stop.
to make sure she was taken.
Stop. You may run this thing here that you're doing.
I know this is your courtroom. I know.
Have a seat.
Closed captioning provided by This is America's Court with Judge Ross. We're back with the case of Jeff and Macy Jenkins, who are suing Michelle Bachlan for property damage.
At that moment, you would not have been able to take that trip.
No, not at that time.
All right.
knows that.
And the issue is, finally, you damaged their vehicle.
Yes.
Why did you do that?
Totally.
On
unacceptable.
the final day, after I told her numerous times to stop showing up at my job, because my boss then asked me, who is this person, and they were putting me on write-ups. So I was getting ready to lose my job because she was showing up so constantly. So one day, I told her after the previous day, I told her to not show up. I'm headed to work, and on my way to work, who do I see, behind me? This is her, in her car. So I pull over, she pulls over behind me.
Hold it right there.
Sir,
Were you behind her vehicle?
I absolutely was. She had said she had been running out of gas. I wanted to make sure that she was getting to work okay. I was worried about her. She could possibly lose her.
Did
I
she
was
tell
not
you to
going to go
stop
inside.
doing the things that you had been doing?
I was not going to
Did
go
she
inside.
tell
She asked
you
me to
to
not
stop
come in.
doing the things you were doing?
She was accepting
I'm
the
not
things
talking
also.
to Team JJ.
Telling the truth, though.
Hold on a
I
moment.
just wanted
Stop.
to make sure she was taken.
Stop. You may run this thing here that you're doing.
I know this is your courtroom. I know.
Have a seat. Right now. Have several. She told you stop doing it, you did it anyway. And when you did it anyway, she reacted. True?
I was concerned, sir.
Okay, if she told you not to do it again, and then she sees you behind her, does she approach you angry?
All I wanted to do was give
Answer
her her
my
lunch.
question. Did she approach you angry?
Yes, sir.
Was her demeanor, was her disposition one that made you go, whoa?
Yes, sir.
All
I
right.
was shaken.
And then
I was scared.
her disposition being the way it was, maybe a little aggressive, what did she do?
She then took a baseball bat out of her car and proceeded to cause quite a bit of damage.
Judge Ross's verdict when America's Court returns. You're watching America's Court with Judge Ross. This is America's Court with Judge Ross.
Show me the proof of the costs.
Thank you.
You have a picture of the vehicle or no?
No, sir. We don't. Just the.
You don't
the
dispute that this is what you did.
I didn't do as much damage as they're saying. They're saying it's $1,200 worth of damage. Sir, I
Did
literally...
you do damage to the vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Were you still seeing Team JJ?
No. I stopped seeing them, and she didn't get that.
So
That
you
was-
conveyed it in a way that she would understand.
Exactly.
Got it. Based on the evidence and testimony before this court, the gavel comes down in favor of the plaintiff. You damaged property.
Exactly.
He's out.
Sir, let's go.
Here's the deal.
Judge wants you out. Let's go.
God. Now, there's something going on here that I don't care how normal they want to make it, it's not normal. I'm just saying. Judgment in favor of the plaintiffs in the amount of $1,203.50. That is the order. Case closed.
All rise.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay the amount of $1,203.50.
We didn't want it to come to this. We love Michelle like family.
Team JJ is all about prosperity and positivity.
At the end of the day, I was protecting myself and my children.
Follow America's Court on Facebook and Twitter. This has been a production of Entertainment Studios.